Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin the Junior Shorthorn Show, we're going to begin with our Shorthorn Plus division. And as we go through our show today, it is especially humbling for me today to be able to announce this show in this brand new facility. This has been a goal of mine and an absolute dream of mine to be able to be in this new facility. But more importantly, I'm so proud to be able to announce your Shorthorn Show today from my time as a member, as an employee of the American Shorthorn Association several years ago. So this is very special. As we go through our show today, ladies and gentlemen, your judge today, another great friend of mine, Mr. Scott Werning. Scott and his family operate Werning Cattle Company. The WC brand is synonymous with great cattle all across the country, and they are located in the hills of the James River Valley near Emory, South Dakota. Scott is a 2006 graduate of South Dakota State University, where he was a member of the 2005 Livestock Judging Team and the 2005 National Meat Animal Evaluation Team. At that national contest that year, Scott placed second in cattle and first in cattle reasons. He was a high point individual at the 2005 National Meat Animal Evaluation Contest, and after college, Scott then went to work for Cargill Animal Nutrition before returning to the ranch in 2009. The Werning family runs over 500 Simmental, Angus, and Sem-Angus cows, along with 2 embryo transplant cooperator herds. They currently market over 250 bulls annually and 125 bred females and a select set of show females that they sell at their annual, this will be their 45th annual production sale, which will be the second Tuesday in February on the ranch. Scott, along with his wife Ashley, have 2 children, Creighton and daughter Thatcher, who are also very active in showing cattle. Scott just told me today he's going home to load up a steer to come back to the National Western with the kids. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and welcome Mr. Scott Werning from Emory, South Dakota, to evaluate our Shorthorn Junior exhibitors. In the ring now is Class 1. This is late spring Shorthorn Plus heifer calves. Also, for those of you that are fortunate enough to be able to be with us here in Denver this week, but maybe have family and friends at home that weren't, they can enjoy the show as well. You can tell your family and friends to log on to ringsidelive.com or ringsidelive.co and enjoy each of the shows that are brought to us from our friends here at Ringside Live. We want to thank all of our friends at Ringside Live for bringing this awesome live coverage of the National Western to their homes across the country.
Good morning. Great to be here today. Very, very exciting and special to be in this new facility. Looking forward to a great morning here, working with the Shorthorn youth and looking at some great cattle and working with the exhibitors that made the trip to Denver. And just been seeing all the Snapchats and social media videos of this place, and it's just different when you get inside of it. Very, very special place, and very, very humbling to be here this morning, and look forward to a great morning of Shorthorn cattle. But wow, what an awesome way to start the day here in our Shorthorn Plus show. These young exhibitors brought three really, really nice ones, and I think it's very, very close on top here between these two. And I took a little time there. I like a lot of things about both of them. That young lady with the black and white one, she's really kind of stuck herself into first place. She does an awesome job of sticking that heifer, but that is one square-built, dense-made, big-bodied, wide kind of female that really in that pair is just really the wider-chested, wider-sprung, bigger hip, bigger middled one. I don't like her front 1/3, and I don't trust her head and neck and chest as much as I trust the one in second. And that's what got it really tough and close for me, because this one in second, I could see that one being a really awesome bred heifer in a year from now. And I think the black and white one, I think is going to be just probably one that's not going to need a lot to eat, and one that's you're just going to have to watch just a little bit from a condition standpoint. But that's not always a bad thing. But that one is love the density, love the power, just love when you get right in front of the cattle. That's where that one really excels, and that lower mid and lower third that black and white heifer has, I think, is very, very impressive. This young man's black heifer got a little bit of blue roan there coming up through her head, but that one really excels in her front 1/3. I mean, great angle to her shoulder, love her head and neck. One that maybe isn't wanting to just stop and set and give you that awesome look today, but like the black and white one, just I think it's a little more from just getting to some shows and getting her settled in. But that one has got some awesome pieces. I think she's super high quality. She's sound. She's elegant. It didn't quite have that extra middle and lower third and mass and just skeletal width we found in the black and white heifer. Young lady's got an awesome, beautiful marked redneck roan heifer going to round out, and she's fundamentally very nice. This one's feminine. She's good jointed. I think she's going to be a nice one that's going to get better every day of her life. She's definitely the greenest out of this trio, but that young lady's got a good project there to go ahead and move forward with and bring back next year as a bred heifer. So go ahead and put your hands together. Awesome way to start our Shorthorn Plus show and Shorthorn show.
Thank you, Judge. Placing first in Class 1 and selected as your late spring heifer calf champion is entry 2360 MRTZ Nebraska Princess 5N, exhibited by Laurel Moore from Sutton, Nebraska. Second in that class and also selected as your late spring heifer calf reserve champion is entry 2359 Gaina Miss Bank 555 EVET, exhibited by Samuel Parker, Ardmore, Oklahoma. And third in that class is entry 2361 AFVF Margie 513, exhibited by Adeline Vaughn, Maxwell, Iowa. In the ring now is Class 4. Class 4 early spring heifer calves are in the ring. These are all April heifer calves in your Shorthorn Plus division.
get better every day of her life and be very, very good in a year from now if he wants to bring her back here. Go ahead and put your hands together for a great class.
Thank you, Judge. Placing first in Class 4 of our early spring heifer calves is entry 2365, DCC First Lady Melania 512N, exhibited by Taven Locke, Sterling, Colorado. Second in that class is entry 2366, CG Miss Diana 522N. This is exhibited by Bianca Wood, McCook, Nebraska. Third goes to entry 2362, PKB Blue Stripes, exhibited by Kinsley White, Springfield, Nebraska. And fourth entry 2364, B Sweet Dreams 16N, exhibited by Brixton Dankliff from Unadilla, Nebraska. In the ring now is Class 5. This is a single entry, Judge. These are our early spring heifer calves. Following this class, we will be selecting our early spring heifer calf and reserve champion.
Aaliyah brings us a really nice single entry March black heifer here, and one that's very, very good. And fundamentally, I like her bone, I like her stoutness. Heifer that's adequate in her muscle. I think she's adequate as far as her body shape and density goes for this stage. Very nice female. We'll get her back out here for a division champion.
Thank you, Judge. Placing first in Class 5 of our early spring heifer calves is entry 2371. This is Steck Chelsea NL 596N, exhibited by Aaliyah Beach, Palmyra, Nebraska. We're now ready to select our champion and reserve champion early spring heifer calf. Winning Class 4 is entry 2365. This is exhibited by Taven Locke, Sterling, Colorado, on DCC First Lady Melania 512N. And your class winner in our last class is entry 2371, Steck Chelsea NL 596N, exhibited by Aaliyah Beach, Palmyra, Nebraska.
get out here for our second calf division in the Shorthorn Plus show, and we had that first class of 4 that was very, very nice, and we had Aaliyah brought a really nice single entry black heifer that fits in very nicely out here. But we got 3 heifers out here, all a little different, but all have lots of quality and lots of big pieces, and really 3 heifers I think could be very, very fun for these young people going throughout the summer and next fall. I think they're very, very high quality. But the heifer out of that first class, get her back out here, and she kind of confirms my decision even more. I probably like her more every time I see her, but that one is for as much hip and shape and stifle and bone and power that she has. She's got a really unique head and neck. She's very tidy and clean about her chest, and one that just gives you an awesome look right there. And I like just how square built she is. I like how elegant she is and got that extra hip and stoutness. She's going to be your division champion. I think it gets a little closer here for reserve. I think you got 2 heifers that are very, very different. The roan heifer has got more body, just a little boxier built female, a little more conventional. The black heifer, a little bigger outlined, a little more elegant maybe in a few areas. Maybe doesn't track is quite as nice as the roan heifer. Maybe isn't just set quite as wide and square and have as much chest width as the roan heifer. So we're going to go ahead and use the young lady out of that first class for reserve. I think that pair fits together. Congratulations to those exhibitors.
Thank you, Judge. Selected as your early spring heifer calf champion is entry 2365, DCC First Lady Melania 512N, exhibited by Taven Locke, Sterling, Colorado. This female is a April 4th daughter of FFSF Perfection 812, and your reserve spring heifer calf champion, entry 2366. This is CG Miss Diana 522N, exhibited by Bianca Wood, McCook, Nebraska. This female is an April 3rd daughter of MCCO, Call Him Daddy, age 23. Congratulations. Entering the ring now is Class 8. Class 8 junior heifer calves. We have a single entry, Judge. This is a February 2nd female.
Abilene brought us a very nice single entry here. She's from Canada and made the trip down and brought a really nice one here to Denver, one she can be very, very proud of, one that hits you hard right out of the gate. Just a very, very high quality. Smooth built, still got some squareness and stoutness to her, got some foot and bone and feature to her, got some muscle, yet still feminine and cowy looking. Very nice single entry. We'll get her back out here for her division in a bit. Congratulations to her.
Thank you, Judge. Placing first in Class 8 is entry 2374. This is Golden Rose Raspberry. This is a February 2nd daughter of HC North of 49, 55G, exhibited by Emily Skippen, Sherwood Park, Alberta, Canada. In the ring now is Class 9. This is Class 9 Junior Heifer Calves. These are January heifer calves, and following this class, we will be selecting our Junior and Reserve Junior Heifer Calf Champion.
Young people brought us a really powerhouse pair of January heifers. Like them both, but we got a really good one, just fundamentally very, very good here. And the young lady's heifer's going to win the class, one that's sound, dense, stout, Still got some power and performance to her, yet still ladylike and elegant and feminine, and really separates this pair, just her comfort level out here. When you ask the cattle to go, she's the most flexible, most comfortable one of this pair. Gets her stopped and set there, gives you a great balanced silhouette. Very, very high quality one to win this pair. Awesome colored rear one, Kaiser's heifer in second. Got her presented very well. Great foot, great rear leg on this heifer. Got some power and punch to her. Love her color and how they've got her presented. Just didn't want to quite handle herself as nice down her top and out through her spine on the move in comparative to our class winner. Just wasn't as comfortable and didn't have quite the comfort level and the cushion and the flex and just the mobility that we found in our class winner. But good pair. We'll get him out here for division shortly.
Thank you, Judge. Placing first in Class 9 of our junior heifer calves goes to entry 2375, RGLC Blue Mirage 513 ET. It's a January 29th daughter of BNWZ Dignity 8017, exhibited by J.C. Stutzman, Milford, Nebraska. Second in that class is entry 2378, K-Will Royal Blue. This is a January 2nd daughter of Lorenz's Slim Shady, exhibited by Kaiser Will, Anita, Iowa. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now ready to select our junior and reserve junior calf champion.
Get out here for this next division, and just three of them, but three very, very high quality ones, and one we're going to get a champion reserve out here that'll be very exciting to bring back for the end of our champion drive here at the end of the Shorthorn Plus show. But a very good pair here of class winners. I'll tell you when it's close, and when it's not close in this particular pair, because we've got a very impressive female that's going to win this division. Young lady out of that second class with the blue roan will be champion out of this division. Just a super high quality, great combination of density, mass, and soundness. It gets a little closer there for reserve. I think I'm just good at my reserve has just got more comfort out here today. One that just goes and tracks with more comfort and flex. Young lady out of that first class will be reserve in this division. Congratulations to those exhibitors.
Thank you, Judge. Selected as your junior heifer calf champion is entry 2375. Again, that's RGLC Blue Mirage 513 ET, exhibited by J.C. Stutzman, Milford, Nebraska. And your reserve junior heifer calf champion, entry 2374, Golden Rose Raspberry, exhibited by Emily Skippen, Sherwood Park, Alberta, Canada. Congratulations to both JC and to Emily. Entering the ring now is Class 12. These are our senior heifer calves. We have a single entry, ladies and gentlemen, and she will also be our only senior heifer calf in the show today, so she will serve as our senior calf champion, Judge.
Axel brings us a very good single entry, and he's got himself a division champion, and I think there could have been a few more show up and he'd still been division champion because she's very, very good and one he can be very proud of, one that's got some length and extension, still got some power and shape to her, very feminine, very maternal looking, and still got some power and density to her. So congratulations to you, young man. You got yourself a division champion. We'll get her back out here for Champion Drive.
And selected as your senior heifer calf champion is entry 2379. This is A.D. Miss Boog. She is an October 10th daughter of LDB Braveheart 113 ET, exhibited by Axel Beeler, Loyal, Oklahoma. Congratulations. Entering the ring now is Class 15. This is your late spring yearling females. These will all be June and May yearling females.
Young ladies brought us a really good trio of summer-born heifers here, Junes and Mays. And Emma's got a really awesome blue roan heifer. It's going to win this class. We've talked about today just building them from the ground up, and you get in front of them and get some chest width there. She's got some foot and bone. Nice combination of stoutness and presence. Very good one here to win this trio pretty handily. Julia from Wisconsin here's brought another good red roan here. I remember she had a bunch of cattle here a few years ago when I judged, and brought another nice one here to Denver. This one's just very, very cowy and very good fundamentally. Good jointed, big bodied, very feminine. Like her joint work, like the angles to her skeleton. One that maybe didn't have the extra wow factor and presence and stoutness that we found in that blue roan. Callaway's got a nice red heifer, and that heifer just must have got a little stinger here. She's not quite wanting to move, and I think it's just getting a little worse the longer she's out here, but I think she'll get over that and wear off. I think she maybe just stepped on something on her way to the ring, but that's a good heifer, good project for her, and I hope that heifer gets better and down the road. But congratulations. Put your hands together for those young ladies.
Thank you, Judge. Placing first in Class 15 and selected as your intermediate champion female is entry 2384. That's Armstrong Crystal Style 2414, a May 5th daughter of Silvera Style 9303, exhibited by Emma Arnett, Brookville, Ohio. Second in that class and selected as your reserve intermediate champion female is entry 2382. This is a June 13th daughter of LFS JL Misty's Red Revival. This is LFS JLL Rose's Red Revival Rosalind, exhibited by Julia Lyons, New Auburn, Wisconsin. And third in that class, entry 2381, that is exhibited by Callaway Lorenzo, Sterling, Colorado. In the ring now is Class 18. This is Class 18 Early Spring Yearling Females.
Well, folks, what an awesome trio here. Last class, I believe, of the Shorthorn Plus show, and it pains me to put one in third because there's not a third place heifer in this class, and all three of these young people brought awesome heifers to Denver, but I think there's some differences in them. We'll talk about them here, and I think I like the way I get them lined up. Young man that's going to start, one that maybe didn't give me the first impression right away, but that heifer really grew on me, and I think what gets her into first for me is just, I think she's just a shot more genuine than the heifer in second. I like her down her right out behind her blade, and particularly out through her hip and hooks to pins. She's just a lot stouter there, a lot squarer there. Heifer, I think, has just got a little more genuine muscle to her as well. And then when we get them off to the side, that heifer just wants to prop up and balance up the nicest of all three of these on the side. So I think couple that with her little extra stoutness and muscle over the heifer in second. I think that's what gets her into first for me. The young man brings a really highly presented one here in second. No doubt this one's got a little more just center body and outward curve and turn perhaps in our class winner. Didn't read her to maybe balance up quite as nice right there at her base of her chest. Wasn't quite as neat right there behind her blade and out through her hip and tail head and out through her hooks to pins. Just wasn't as stout and square as our class winner. The Blue Roan heifer, now this is the stoutest one of the trio, and if you want to put your preferences on width and power and muscle and stoutness, this is the one that can win the class. And this one, if this one has had a little more comfort level, a little more flex, I think she makes a really hard push to win this class because she is the widest, she's the heaviest muscled, she's the stoutest one, and I like those things about her. Great trio. Put your hands together as we get our champion Shorthorn Plus drive coming shortly.
Thank you, Judge. Your class winner and selected as your early spring yearling champion female is entry 2387. That's SVV Mona Lisa 402 Limited, exhibited by Jace Parker, Ardmore, Oklahoma. This female is an April 2nd daughter of TSSC BT Limit Up. Second in that class, and your reserve champion, early spring yearling female, is entry 2389. This is a March 14th daughter of Silvera Style 9303. This is LMAN Soul Stylin Rosa 4618M, exhibited by Kaiser Will, Anita, Iowa. Third in that class was entry 2388. That's exhibited by Bianca Wood, McCook, Nebraska. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready to select our champion, reserve champion, Shorthorn Plus female at this year's National Western Stock Show. Your late spring heifer calf champion is entry 2360, exhibited by Laurel Moore, Sutton, Nebraska. Your early spring heifer calf champion, entry 2365. This is Taven Locke from Sterling, Colorado. Your junior heifer calf champion, this is entry 2375, exhibited by J.C. Stutzman, Milford, Nebraska. Your senior heifer calf champion, entry 2379, Axel Beeler from Loyal, Oklahoma. Your intermediate champion female, entry 2384, Emma Arnett, Brookville, Ohio. And your early spring yearling champion female, entry 2387, Jace Parker from Ardmore, Oklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together. Congratulate all of our champion and reserve division females.
Well, as we get out here for our champion Shorthorn Plus lineup, and what a set of females, really. You can look down all these class winners and seconds, and I'm kind of a picky guy when it comes to picking cattle out for our operation, our kids, and there's just a lot of these I would sure like to take home back to South Dakota for our kids to show, and we kind of maybe surprised ourselves a little bit and probably some other people, but we bought, my daughter's got a Shorthorn Plus heifer, a red roan heifer that we bought this fall, and I haven't showed her a bunch yet, but excited to kind of go back to our roots a little bit, and people probably don't know this. I showed a lot of Shorthorns and showed some Shorthorn Pluses growing up, and as a kid, I don't know, I was probably 11 or 12, and I was just ate up with showing livestock, and just kind of did it all myself, and I started seeing some of them Shorthorn and Shorthorn Plus cattle at the time. Back then we called them appendix Shorthorn. Remember that, Jakey? And I thought, oh man, I have got to get some of those. I mean, man, I seen just how nice some of them were, and the hair, and I remember we bought our first heifer, and a few years later we had 30 Shorthorn cows, and I think my parents would tell you they were pretty glad we had those Shorthorn cows in some years there. They were pretty good property and paid a lot of bills in kind of some lean years there at our operation. But boy, great lineup here. I'll tell you, when it's close and when it's not, our champion today wins hands down for me, one that hit me very, very hard out here. Now for reserve, it's going to be close, very, very close. And I don't know I haven't decided which one I'm going to use reserve yet. So we'll get a little suspense on champion. But there is one heifer out here that fundamentally, and she's stout, she's wide-based, she's big-bodied, she's still elegant, she moves good. And then we're going to get in, got a real close decision there for reserve. I think we got a couple calves and a couple breds that I'm going to have to sort through. But hey, what a special day here for a lot of us. Probably a lot of you showing first time in this ring, my first time judging. What a facility. Enjoy this week. Enjoy this time with your family. Enjoy it with your crew. Make some memories. What a special facility here, and we just thank everybody that had a hand in making this come together, and we thank the sponsors, and make sure you thank those people if you see them to make all this happen. So, hey, let's put our hands together. We're going to get an awesome Champion Reserve Shorthorn Plus.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank Mr. Scott Werning from Emory, South Dakota for evaluating our Shorthorn Plus females. And selected as your champion Shorthorn Plus female in our Junior Shorthorn Show here at the 2026 National Western, entry 2375, exhibited by J.C. Stutzman, Milford, Nebraska. Again, this female is RGLC Blue Mirage 513, a January 29th daughter of BNWC Dignity 8017. Congratulations, J.C. Reserve to her in that division is entry 2374, exhibited by Emily Skippen, Sherwood Park, Alberta, Canada. And selected as your reserve champion Shorthorn Plus female is your early spring yearling champion female, entry 2387, exhibited by Jace Parker, Ardmore, Oklahoma, on SVV Mona Lisa 402 Limited. This is a April 2nd female of TSSC BT Limit Up 1099J. Congratulations again to J.C. Stutzman and to Jace Parker. Folks, we're going to take a quick picture break, get our champions photographed, and we'll move right in to our purebred division. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our Purebred Junior Shorthorn Show, again, it is my pleasure to introduce to you our judge again today, Mr. Scott Werning from Emory, South Dakota. Scott and his family own and operate Werning cattle, have an annual sale every second Tuesday of February. They market Simmental, Angus, and Sem-Angus genetics. Of course, him along with his family, Ashley, son Creighton, and daughter Thatcher. There she is. She's going to give me the business if I forget her name. But ladies and gentlemen, of course, Scott and his family very involved in the purebred cattle business. Scott has judged cattle shows all over the United States in all different breeds. But ladies and gentlemen, did a great job on our Shorthorn Plus show. Let's welcome Scott Werning back to the ring to evaluate our young people in our Purebred Junior Shorthorn show. Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our first class, this will be Class 1 late spring heifer calves. These will all be May, June, and July purebred shorthorn heifer calves.
Well, we just concluded a really good Shorthorn Plus show, but man, we started off with a bang here in the Shorthorn show. Good, deep class, big class. They brought some really good ones to Denver. Young man's going to start really the combination heifer of this initial trio. She's longer and more elegant than the heifer in second, and she's stouter and wider based and stouter featured than the heifer in third. So I thought a very logical place to start. She's sound, she's long-sided, she's cowy, maternal in her look, yet still has a nice degree of stoutness. My decision really came here in second and third, and I think you go either way, and I'll just call a spade a spade. We got one that's got more bone and foot, a little clubbier is how I'd call her, and the one in third, a little more breeding cattle looking. I like them both quite a bit. Don't care how you place them. I think the one in second for me was the one that I'd probably just take home over the one in third. I just like that extra bone and foot, a little more extra stoutness and squareness. Particularly, you get right in front of the cattle in her shoulder and knee. I thought just read her to be just a shot more genuine and stouter there. Young man did a great job of getting her stuck as well. Heifer there in third. Young lady's got a nice one. She's not wanting to just present herself and show, which probably didn't help her at all, but that one gives you a good look from the side, and that one's very high quality. Got lots of good days ahead of her. Gives you a good balanced look from the side. Still adequate as far as her stoutness and muscle and mass. Like I said, very, very close there in second and third. Like them both a great deal. The white heifer that's going to come next, kind of a lot like our heifer that was in second. Built very similar when you get off the cattle. Not near as stout and not near as much foot and bone that we found in that second place heifer. Not as much just length and performance that we found in the heifer in third. So I didn't think she quite matched up with our initial trio, but a lot of very, very good, high quality, basic, good fundamental heifer there in that white heifer. Get a pair of heifers here that come next. Nice cow prospects, very sound structured, good in their angles. Just didn't quite have the extra punch, didn't have the extra look and just pizzazz that we found in them first three or four. Great way to start our show. Put your hands together for those exhibitors.
Thank you, Judge. Placing first in Class 1 of our late spring heifer calves and selected as your late heifer calf champion is entry 2392, exhibited by Colton Greenhorn, Bellbrook, Ohio, on GCC Warren Margie 59. It's a July 4th daughter of Soul Red Knight 2030. Second in that class, entry 2395, exhibited by Brigham DeBoard, Bardwell, Texas, on GCC Evolving Margie 520. This is a June 13th daughter of CSF Evolution HC and bred by Colton Greenhorn. Congratulations, Colton and Brigham. Third in that class, entry 2399. That's exhibited by Annalyn Beach, Palmyra, Nebraska. Fourth, entry 2393, shown by Cooper Wise, Maroa, Illinois. Fifth in that class, 2397, exhibited by Kylie Dostal, Howells, Nebraska. Sixth entry, 2398, shown by Kylie Ruley, Stillwater, Oklahoma. In the ring now is Class 4. This is Class 4 early spring heifer calves. The ages on these are all April spring heifer calves.
Another good class here, April heifers, and heifer that's going to win the class. She really hits you hard right out of the gate when she gets in here. One that really just elevates all the quality behind her, because she one that I think there's some good heifers all the way down the line. This one's just a little better everywhere, and the one that's got a good look. She's got stoutness. Gives you a good balanced look and pattern from the side. Yet still got some width and some muscle to her. Just a very, very complete one there to win this class. Young man's heifer in second here. This one kind of grew on me the longer she was out here. She's one that maybe I wasn't drawn into initially, but I think the longer I study her, the more good I find in her. This one's got big feet. She's got big legs. She's long-sided. Got some performance and growth to her. Maybe didn't quite tie everything together, shoulder and hip that we found in our class winner. A very high quality heifer. Good project for that young man. Love this dark red heifer here in third, and he's got her stopped and parked there, and kind of gets me pretty excited about this kind of female. She's very, very fault free from a design standpoint. She didn't have quite the bone and foot and feature we found in them first two, but that's a good one that I think's got a bright future. It just doesn't have any big holes in her. Gets a little closer there from there on out. Young lady's heifer's going to come next. Very good cow prospect, feminine, just got a good fundamental cow maternal look to her. Got some rib shape, got some body. Didn't have that extra width, bone, and feature we found in them first three. I think it's close here in this next decision. Axel brought a good Shorthorn Plus to me earlier. He's got a nice red heifer coming next. This one's got some better days ahead of her, because just basic build, I like her. She's long neck. She's got big feet. Heifer that just probably isn't there, and she doesn't need to be there yet, just as far as her body and density and capacity. Young man's going to round out the class. No doubt a stouter, higher weight per day of age heifer. I like the extra performance she's got. Didn't tie quite as neat up through her shoulder and chest. Wasn't quite as neat from a pattern and design standpoint, but a very high quality to round out a very nice class. Very deep class. Put your hands together for those young people.
Thank you, Judge. Placing first in Class 4 of our early spring heifer calves goes to entry 2402. That's SNTC Natasha's Crystal 5118, exhibited by Charlie Freeman, River Falls, Wisconsin. And that female was an April 24th daughter of Soul Red Knight 2030. Second in that class, entry 2403. That is exhibited by Hannah Chevalier from Bennett, Nebraska. Female name is Gaina Mirage Forever 545 RK, a April 23rd daughter of Soul Red Knight 2030. Third in that class, entry 2404, exhibited by Cooper Hetrick, Fremont, Ohio. Fourth in that class, entry 2401, exhibited by Julia Lyons, New Auburn, Wisconsin. Fifth in that class, entry 2406, exhibited by Axel Beeler, Loyal, Oklahoma. And sixth, entry 2405, exhibited by Alden Vaughn, Maxwell, Iowa. In the ring now is Class 5. Class 5 early spring heifer calves. All of these females are March baby calves. Following this class, we will be selecting our early spring heifer calf champion and reserve. Again, for those of you that have been able to enjoy your time here at the National Western, we love having you here at the National Western, and we hope you have a great time. For those of you that have family members at home that couldn't make the trip with you, please tell them to log on to ringsidelive.com or ringsidelive.co, and you folks can enjoy the show from the comfort of your own home.
Boy, they just keep coming here. Another good class of March heifers here. Really find some cattle you like in this class as well, and really good one here to start with. And again, like our last class, this one's just the combination of the heifers in second and third. She's stout, she's opened up, she gives you a good look from the side. I think she's in a nice stage for her maturity, just as far as her size and flesh and bloom and stoutness. One that's just very, very complete and nice place to start. We got really contrasting types here in second and third. I love the extra length, extension, femininity we have in the red and white heifer that's going to be second. If this heifer could have been just a shot stouter, shot wider based, I think she makes a little harder run with our class winner. Roan heifer that's going to be in third. If you want to opt for her extra stoutness and muscle and density and roll her up into second, I wouldn't argue with you one bit, because that's her class advantage. I love her muscle. I love her squareness. Wasn't quite as just elegant and neat and as feminine, and just didn't put it all together in a smoother package as our first two heifers. We do have a smoother package coming here next, and that's a very complete heifer that's going to come next, and she's very good from the side. Doesn't have any big holes in her, just didn't have that extra width and power we found in them first few. Young lady that's going to round out the class, cool marked heifer, very sound structured. Love her angulation, love the cow potential she has from just being very fault free and functional. Just didn't have that extra power and pizzazz we found in a few of the others.
Thank you, Judge. Placing first in Class 5 of our early spring heifer calves, his entry 2400. That is Soul RGLC Fancy Rosa 515N. This is a March 4th daughter of Soul Red Knight 2030, exhibited by Brock Studer, Creston, Iowa. Second in that class, entry 2455. LDB London BH, a March 15th daughter of LDB Braveheart 113, exhibited by Emily Schellenberg, Kingfisher, Oklahoma. Third goes to entry 2408, exhibited by Paisley White, Springfield, Nebraska. Fourth, entry 2411, exhibited by Addison Ford, Thorntown, Indiana. And fifth, entry 2412, exhibited by Aisley Beach, Palmyra, Nebraska. We're now ready to select our champion and reserve champion early spring heifer calf.
Wow, what a division here, and took a little extra time as a show judge. You don't know what's coming, and you don't know what's going to come through the ring next, and so decisions you make early in the day can really affect who wins at the end of the day. And these two heifers, I took a little extra time here because I like both of them that much, and I think they both bring some advantages, and I think. You can go either way, and I don't think it's a hard decision for me, and I could use either one and sleep just fine tonight because I think they're that good. I think they both have their advantages. The roan heifer offers more uniqueness of the pair, and this one, just as far as her head and chest, and just when you get off of her from a design and pattern standpoint, I think that's her real advantage in this pair is just her special look and presence that she has. She's more unique about her head, neck, and chest. A little more unique just as how she's built, that extra look and shot of look and quality that she gives you from the side is really her advantage in this pair. The red heifer that won that good second class, her advantage is stoutness. She's got more foot, she's got more bone, she's got more muscle. She's got more turn and curve to the outward part of her body, and just how she comes out of her forerib and out through her hip. Got more muscle and a stouter hip, and that's her advantage. So you can pick the prettier one, you can pick the stouter one. I don't care. I like them both, but we can't stand out here all day. So go ahead, put your hands together for this great division. Young man out of that second class, you'll be champion. Young man with the roan heifer, you'll be reserve.
Scott, the reason they were so close is because they're half sisters. Makes sense now, doesn't it? Your early spring heifer calf champion is entry 2400. This is exhibited by Brock Studer, Creston, Iowa on Soul RGLC Fancy Rosa 515N, a March 4th daughter of Soul Red Knight 2030. And your reserve spring heifer calf champion, entry 2402, exhibited by Charlie Freeman, River Falls, Wisconsin, on SNTC Natasha's Crystal 5118. This is an April 24th daughter, also of Soul Red Knight 2030. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to move into our junior heifer calf division. This is Class 8. Class 8 junior heifer calves. Judge, these are all February heifer calves. February heifer calves. Well, Ladies and gentlemen, also, while we've got just a few moments here, it is my pleasure to introduce to you our Shorthorn Lassie royalty today. Hadley and Scarlett Kirst of Otis, Colorado begin their reign in 2025 as the Rocky Mountain Junior Shorthorn Association Lassie Queen and Lassie Princess. Hadley is 17 years old, is a junior in high school. Scarlett is 12 years old and is a sixth grader. The sisters are honored to represent the Rocky Mountain Junior Shorthorn Association and the Shorthorn breed. The Rocky Mountain Junior Shorthorn Association Lassies serve as the women's auxiliary of the Colorado Shorthorn Association, working to encourage and extend the influence of the Shorthorn breed, promote member involvement, stimulate greater activity, and build strong relationships. The Lassies also assist with exhibits at state shows, present awards, and help publicize the Shorthorn breed. Hadley and Scarlett are proud to serve together and look forward to representing the Lassies, supporting junior members, and promoting the Shorthorn breed throughout their 2025 reign. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Hadley and Scarlett Kirst, Otis, Colorado.
Wow, another good class here, and Claddle to get really excited about here. Got a good pair here. I like a great deal. Young ladies, heifer's going to win. Boy, stout, robust, wide, powerful, yet still has uniqueness and look and elegance to her. Very nice heifer to win. A very good class and a good pair of heifers on top here. Love this young lady's really neat marked heifer. It's going to come in second. This one's fundamentally just very fault-free, just long, sound. Just love how she gets out and floats and grabs and goes, has that extra comfort level out here. Love the angulation she has to her skeleton. Got a little extra weight per day of age to her. It seems like she's a high growth, good doing heifer that's just got some power and elegance to her as well. Just maybe didn't have quite the uniqueness and special characteristics we found in our class winner. Got a really nice solid, dark red here, heifer young man Lane brings to us here today. Good looking from the side, gives you a great balanced look. Like her pattern, like her symmetry, she just didn't have that extra stoutness and power and width and chest width we found in the first two. Young man's going to round out the class with a really heavy muscled heifer, probably one of the heavier muscled heifers we've seen today, and I think you can appreciate that. Big top, big ended, got a ton of just forearm and just overall muscle and shape of muscle to her. She just maybe wasn't quite as neat from a pattern and just a structure standpoint. Wants to get with that muscle and power. She gets just a little rounder there right at the point of her shoulder, a little rounder out of her hip. But I like that heifer's muscle and power, and that one can definitely go. I think you can mix third and fourth up there, depending on where you want to put your preferences. Very high quality class, like all of them, a great deal.
Thank you, Judge. Placing first in Class 8 of our Junior Heifer Calf Division goes to entry 2414. This is Soul Perfect Rolls 5348N, a February 14th daughter of FSF Perfection 812, and exhibited by Mercedes Ferree, Sullivan, Indiana. Second in that class goes to entry 2416. This is GCC Bose Rewarding 518, a February 10th daughter of CSF Evolution HC, and shown by Delaney Gearing, Waynesville, Ohio. Third in that class, entry 2413, exhibited by Lane Blankenship, Orlando, Oklahoma, and fourth entry 2415, exhibited by Maddox Bruss, Bennett, Nebraska. In the ring now, ladies and gentlemen, is Class 9. Class 9 is our junior heifer calves. Judge, these are all January heifer calves, and following this class, we will be selecting our champion and reserve champion junior heifer calf.
Just a little bit. The heifer out of that first class, I think really her advantage out here is just so round-bodied. She's got a ton of shape to her. Love how she comes out of the top of her spine and just comes out with a lot of extra arch and curve to the center part of her rib. Got some real true shape when you get right in front of her and behind her, and she does that and you step off her. Very unique just as far as how she's built up through her front 1/3 and how she balances and ties everything together and transitions so smoothly from nose to tail while still having that extra width and power in stoutness. I think is very, very unique and special and good in this pair. The young ladies with the heifer in second, this one strikes me as just one that's got a little extra length of body and kind of proves that we can have cattle with a little extra length and power that still balance up good, because that one from the stand and on the side balances up extremely well and I think has that extra quality as well that we find in all four of these. But this one's a little longer sided, really puts it together in a nice package. I love how she comes right out of the top of her blade, right down her top. She's maybe not quite as neat right there, and when you get down to the middle and lower portion of her forerib, not quite as expressive from her midrib back out through her stifle and quarter that we find in the heifer right ahead of her. Maybe doesn't blend quite as neat right at the point of her shoulder, but I think this is a very good pair of heifers. I think you can go either way because they're very, very good, very high quality, like the seconds behind him. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for this very, very strong division. Young lady out of that first class will win this division. Young lady out.
Thank you, Judge. Selected as your junior heifer calf champion is entry 2414. That is Soul Perfect Rose 5348N, exhibited by Mercedes Free, Sullivan, Indiana. Your reserve junior heifer calf champion is entry 2421. This is GCC Revival's Finest 710 ET, exhibited by Alexa Turner, Mahomet, Illinois. Congratulations to both Mercedes and to Alexa. We're now ready to enter our winter heifer calf division. We have one class in this division. Your first and second place female in this class will be your champion and reserve. Judge, these are all November and December heifer calves.
a good class here, and our division winners here for our fall division. And this is a really good heifer that wins this class, and one I really admire, just the power and shape. There's a lot of heifer here. You get right on top of her. She is big topped and really big hipped and wide and just dense and big bodied. It's a good heifer that wins this division pretty handily. The red heifer is going to come second. Like that extra foot and bone that she's got that extra density and feature to her. Heifer that just didn't quite have the extra just openness and body capacity that we found. Didn't have that extra fleshing ability we found in our class winner. But that one, I love that foot that she's got. Love her bone work. Just didn't quite have the extra comfort and cushion when we asked him to go as our class winner. Get a pair of roan heifers that come next. I thought it was very, very close there in second and third, and still is. The young man brings a nice heifer to Denver here. Long-sided, got some muscle. Just didn't quite have that lower third and just mass and shape and power that we found in them first two, but I like her look from the side. I like her femininity. Young lady rounds out with a very nice cow prospect here. Good jointed, feminine, like her angulation. Maybe didn't have that big square hip that we found in them first two or three, but that heifer's got a lot of good cow pieces and a good cow prospect.
Thank you, Judge. Placing first in Class 12 and selected as your winner heifer calf champion is entry 2432. This is BFS Margie Pay PW 499, exhibited by Cole Bruce, Walbach, Nebraska, on a November 18th daughter of CF Payweight X. Second in that class and your reserve winner heifer or reserve senior heifer calf champion is entry 2434. MM Star Rose E101M. This is a November 3rd daughter of Byron Eclipse 8U66 and exhibited by Cooper Wise, Maroa, Illinois. Third in that class, entry 2430, exhibited by Brigham DeBoard, Bardwell, Texas. And fourth, entry 2429, exhibited by Bailey Ford, Thorntown, Indiana. We're going into our intermediate division. We have Class 15 summer yearling females, judges single entry.
Hey, we got a really nice one here, single entry. This is one that could have stood a lot more competition, and I think still going to end up on top here. This kind's just never goes out of style, just very good from the ground up. She's wide, she's got some body and shape. Just looks like a really nice cow prospect, doesn't have any big holes. Good looking, got some hip and stoutness to her. It's still being very feminine, maternal in her kind. We'll get her back out here for our champion drive at the end. Congratulations, young man.
Thank you, Judge. Go ahead and let him hear it, folks. Your single entry in Class 15 and your class winner is entry 2441. This is a July 4th daughter of Soul Red Knight 2030. This is GCC American Margie 47 and exhibited by Brigham DeBoard, Bardwell, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for Class 16. These are your late spring yearling females. These will all be June and May yearling females. Following this class, we will be selecting our intermediate champion and reserve champion female.
Wow, what a class. We get into some bigger, older bred heifers here, and love the quality that come to Denver here, and really a stout heifer here to win this class. It really has the advantage just as far as skeletal width, bone and foot, really powerful, really opened up, still elegant and good looking from the side and balances up very nice. Just a super stout female to win this particular class. One that gives her a heck of a run here in second, and one that perhaps has a little more femininity to her. Perhaps is slightly better on the move. I don't think it's a big game changer, but one that, again, gives you a good look. Very feminine, very cowy. You like the look she gives you from the side. Didn't read her to be quite as genuine and opened up and stout. Just not quite as much cow there as we get to studying on him. The red heifer here, young man's got her presented. Absolutely incredible today. Very impressively shown. Do a great job, young man. This one is super smooth. And I mean, if you want one that's just very feminine, very cowy, very smooth, you can take a real stout bull on, this is the kind, because she's got the awesome structure. Just didn't have that extra shot of just outward curve and turn that we found in them first two. But young man, you got a very good cow prospect there to go on and breed with. The red and white heifer that comes next, love this heifer's look, and she's so elegant, she's so feminine, almost to her disadvantage. I just wish she was a little stouter. I wish this one had a little more foot and bone to go with the rest of her qualities. But again, you want to talk about one, if you can find a big stout bull with some extra bone and muscle to breed on that heifer's got some very nice pieces. Now here's the opposite. Here's the really heavy muscled, big hip, big top, heavy, stout, heavy-duty kind of female here. Just didn't have the elegance and didn't have the symmetry and design we found in them heifers ahead of her. Brock's going to round out the class. Really cool marked red roan here. And this one, if you want to move her up a couple spots and say that she's just a little cowier, I think I wouldn't argue that with you, because she's long-sided, she's smooth-made, she's sound, she's flexible, she's athletic. Just didn't quite have the extras, didn't have that extra shot of muscle we found in them first few, but a very nice cow prospect for that young man. Put your hands together. That was a very impressive class.
Thank you, Judge. Placing first in Class 16 is entry 2449. This is WBF Brandy Girl, exhibited by Josie Turner, Mahomet, Illinois. This female is a May 5th daughter of Soul Red Knight, 2030. Second in that class is entry 2446, GCC MFS Pinky the Roo, 41, exhibited by Colton Greenhorn, Bellbrook, Ohio. And this female is a May 17th daughter of TRN Omaha, 79. Third in that class is entry 2448, exhibited by Brigham DeBoard, Bardwell, Texas. Fourth, entry 2445, exhibited by Caber Johnson, Clinton, Oklahoma. Fifth, entry 2444, shown by Kyle Ruley, Stillwater, Oklahoma. And sixth, entry 2442, Brock Ruby, Howells, Nebraska. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now ready to select our intermediate champion and reserve female. Your Class 15 winner was entry 2441. This is exhibited by Brigham DeBoard, Bardwell, Texas on GCC American Margie, 47. And your Class 16 champion, entry 2449, WBF Brandy Girl, exhibited by Josie Turner, Mahomet, Illinois.
Really impressive division of heifers here, this intermediate division. Like all three of these out here, and still like our single entry. And so that heifer would win a lot of classes in a lot of different places around the country, and definitely could have withstood more competition today. I love her angles. I love just that cow look she gives you. Got that extra center body to her as well. And but not to take anything away from her, we had a really stout, good class in that class behind her. And I thought just a very big class, very deep class, lots of quality. I like them two heifers a great deal. Congratulations to them. They'll be our champion reserve in this division.
Thank you, Judge. And selected as your intermediate champion female is entry 2449, WBF Brandy Girl, exhibited by Josie Turner, Mahomet, Illinois. And your reserve champion, intermediate shorthorn female, is entry 2446 GCC MFS Pinky the Roo 41, exhibited by Colton Greenhorn, Bellbrook, Ohio. Congratulations to Josie and to Colton. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now ready for Class 19. This is our early spring yearling female. Judge, these are all March females, and again, this is the only class in this division. So these females will serve as your champion and reserve from this class.
Jakey, you playing the playlist? Who's been doing the playlist today?
Who do you think does the playlist?
I don't know, but it's been good music all day long.
Well,
I mean, how does it get any better? Good music, good cattle, awesome facility, awesome class here. Love all four of these females. I think there's a lot of differences here. The white heifer, so stout, so wide, and you get on this surface, you can really dig into their feet. This one has got some huge feet that are good and square. This one opens up with just a ton of shape and muscle and stoutness to her. Heifer that got just a little bit of lower chest, but actually the rest of her body is pretty lean and comes to us really right. And heifer that really that's her advantage, is just kind of her freshness and her muscle, squareness, feet, and how she's built from the ground up. I got a pair of heifers here in second and third, and this heifer in second, I mean, stopped and set right there. This one gives you an awesome look. Long-sided, big hip, big-bodied. This one just gets I'd like to trim her up a little bit. I'd like to trim her up through that lower 1/3, and I know it's hard to keep these heifers in check, especially these good cattle, those ones that are easy doing. I'd just like to trim her up to get her a little more competitive with that white heifer. I'd like to, if she's going to have that much on her, I'd like to see just a shot more muscle. That's where this heifer that comes next is trimmer. I got her into third. I just didn't know if she had as much muscle as them first two, and I thought it was a good enough class. We could really pick on these cattle just a little bit because we had so many four nice ones in this class. I think if you add just a shot more stifle and quarter and just top to that heifer and kind of in her forerib and center body, if you just open her up just a little bit, I think that heifer gets a lot more competitive. Young lady brings us another nice one here to round out the class. White heifer, good cow prospect again. Good jointed, sound, big-bodied, going to be a nice cow. Didn't have that extras, kind of got in with three really, really good ones, I thought, in this particular class. But put your hands together. That was an awesome class and division.
Thank you, Judge. And placing first in Class 19 and selected as your early spring champion female is entry 2459, RJC Lady Crystal M223. This is a March 3rd daughter of FSF Perfection 812 and exhibited by Braden Tabor, Harvey, Iowa. Second in that class and your reserve early spring champion female is entry 2457, Sol LGF Ruby's Dream 4410M, exhibited by Brock Studer, Creston, Iowa, on a March 5th daughter of Sol Dreammaker 9141G. Third in that class is entry 2456, exhibited by J.C. Stutzman, Milford, Nebraska, and fourth, entry 2454, exhibited by Julia Lyons, New Auburn, Wisconsin. This is a single entry in Class 22, and this female will also be our junior champion female.
Boy, Landry brings us an awesome single entry here in the senior division. Boy, a lot of good in that female. Sound, good looking, awesome from the side, balances up great, really springing, going to calve here shortly. That's a really good one she can be awfully proud of. Awesome breeding piece, very high quality. Get her back out here for a champion shorthorn female shortly.
Thank you, Judge. Your first place female and single entry, but only female in the junior yearling division, so she will be your junior champion female, is entry 2462, CHB Chelsea HC 20C, a January 4th daughter of Free K. Kim Hot Commodity and exhibited by Landry Will, Anita, Iowa. Congratulations, Landry. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready to select our grand and reserve grand champion, purebred shorthorn female. Your late spring heifer calf champion is entry 2392, exhibited by Colton Greenhorn, Bellbrook, Ohio. Your early spring heifer calf champion female, entry 2400, exhibited by Brock Studer, Creston, Iowa. Your junior heifer calf champion, entry 2414, Mercedes Free, Sullivan, Indiana. Your senior heifer calf champion, entry 2432, Cole Bruce from Walbach, Nebraska. Your intermediate champion female is entry 2449, Josie Turner, Mahomet, Illinois. Your early spring champion female, entry 2459, Braden Tabor from Harvey, Iowa. And your junior champion female, entry 2462, Landry Will, Anita, Iowa. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and congratulate all of our division and reserve division champions.
Well, folks, had a great morning here in doing our junior Shorthorn show, and what a set of cattle. We started off awesome in the Shorthorn Plus show, and it just really elevated from there in the Purebred show here. And just look at this lineup of cattle. I mean, we've got cattle that they're not all the same. They're different shapes, different sizes, different types and kinds. But one thing they got in common, they're all high quality. And no matter what how you want them built, I guarantee you can find a female out here you like, because there is some awesome stock out here. And I just want to say thank you to the show staff. I want to say thank you to the Redcoats. your junior board that's been here. They've been absolutely awesome. Just a talented group of young people. They've been awesome to visit with. Awesome help out here all day, and obviously the Shorthorn Association is known for one of the strongest junior associations in the country, and just the quality of young people you have in this breed, the participation you get at your junior nationals and events is second to none, and that's very, very evident from the people on the outside looking in. You can be very, very proud of your junior association. And just Shorthorn cattle as a whole, every breed just kind of, I heard a judge talk about this the other day. Every breed kind of goes through their things and ups and downs, and we've went through them a lot in the Simmental breed. And boy, I think you guys are in an awesome spot right now, and I think you can be very, very proud of the cattle your breeders are making. Be very, very proud of just how widely accepted these cattle are. There's a wide array of people utilizing these Shorthorn cattle now, just depending on how they want to, what their preferences are, and just they're cattle that are hitting a lot of different markets, and just very, very strong breed. I think it's got a very good upward trend. And if you missed the Shorthorn Plus show, our family, we got a little redneck roan Shorthorn Plus heifer. We kind of surprised ourselves probably a little bit this fall, and my daughter's going to show her this summer, and so we're excited about that. And if you missed this breed, really kind of goes back to my roots. This is really the breed that started my fire for showing cattle. I was probably 11 or 12, and started showing and saw some of these Shorthorn cattle when we'd go to shows, and I thought, oh, I gotta get in on that. I think I want some of those. They look like fun, and pretty soon we had 30 Shorthorn cows, and they were pretty good property and paid a lot of bills at our operation. And I think my mom and dad would tell you we're glad we had those Shorthorn cattle at times, and they definitely kept things rolling at our place for quite a few years. So breed that I go way back with, breed that's very, very special to me. The first time I ever got to judge on the hill was Shorthorn cattle. First time I ever got to judge here is today, Shorthorn cattle. So I appreciate you being so kind to me and letting me do so many of your events the last 6-7 years, whether it be the Pen Bull shows or these junior shows or open shows. You've been very, very kind to me. So, hey, what a set of cattle. Again, hats off to everybody that got this facility to where it is. And if you're not here, if you're listening, get here. Get here sometime when you can. I'll guarantee you won't regret it. It's worth it. Exhibitors, families, fitters, breeders, enjoy your time here. Have a great Denver. Hats off to you. We're going to get a couple awesome champions out here. The champion heifer hit me hard, just like the Shorthorn Plus show. Reserve is going to be very, very close. So put your hands together. Awesome Shorthorn show. Congratulations to you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Scott Warning from Emory, South Dakota. Thank you, Scott. And your grand champion, purebred female, is entry 2414. That is Miss Mercedes Faree from Sullivan, Indiana, on Soul Perfect Rose, 5348N. Congratulations, Mercedes. Reserve in that division is entry 2421, Alexa Turner from Mahomet, Illinois. And following Mercedes in that division is entry 2421. This is GCC Revival's Finest, 710. Exhibited by Alexa Turner, Mahomet, Illinois. Congratulations to both Mercedes and to Alexa. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our Junior Shorthorn Show today. Thank you for attending, and once again, thank you for being at the National Western.